And I don't know why episode 11 part 1 never uploaded.
Is that the time you were never actually recording? Remember you did that?
What? I never did that. And
Yes,
I
sir.
definitely
So
didn't.
we missed like 90% of a session one night because
Yeah.
you did that.
I definitely did not start group 2 and get into the session and then forget to click the record button this past weekend. So, if you go back...
So it seems now it's becoming a habit.
If you go back and you look at Group 2's session, it starts with me introducing everybody and us starting at the start.
Brandon, did you go in and change character sheets?
I did not. That was one of the things I announced, that everybody should be able to see everybody's character, but they can't go in and see your character sheet. That was a request by JD, just so he could see the people and like what they said as their pictures.
Suck.
Well,
Moist balls, dick ass.
Disappeared.
That's our sentence.
Wait, all your what disappeared?
The dank disappeared, Brandon. The dank is gone.
Oh, whoa! I just flashed Zai's character sheet on the stream. What disappeared?
Experience points. It's at 0, and last session it definitely was not at 0.
That's what happens when you get kidnapped in this world.
Zai's
You get
been
XP.
out of the game a little bit. Yeah, but Kuro was Hannah's character that I was talking about. Oh, snap! We're live. I forgot. Anyways, hey everybody,
We've
welcome
been live for
to.
the past...
I know, right? Welcome
Do we
to
want to? What do we want to set Ben's experience points to?
5.
Okay.
They've been watching us They've been watching us type balls on the screen for the past 15 minutes.
Yeah. What I did is I put you guys in your own little sandbox. I don't even want to look at that screen. I don't even.
I got a good one.
Do it.
Suck moist balls. All right, there we go. That's a thing. Anyways,
Put away your crayons, kids.
welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group 3. Sanguine Light. We have Ben controlling Zai tonight, Sam controlling Arabella, Wesley controlling Tobias.
Tobias.
Oh, Tobias. Bam! Got it right on the first one. Tim controlling Torque. Allison is controlling Eve. She's just not on roll 20 right now. And I will be controlling Acthou and everybody else in the world. When we last left off Group 3, you guys had just gotten to the capital and you're establishing contacts, deciding where you're going to stay the night, looking for Zai, Zai getting kidnapped. I'm getting a little bit of reverb from somebody.
No.
Oh, Sam, do you have headphones?
I do. Hold on. Oh, no, wait. I forgot. My puppies ate them. I do not have it.
Oh, man. I can mail you some. Whatever it is, it's gone now.
I have mine hooked up to headphones.
But, yeah, if you just want to unmute yourself whenever you talk or whatever, it's all good. But, yeah. And we ended last session with Zai investigating the house of the guard who is escorting the General Seth Kalir to her execution and from her execution. Stepped in the house to find the guy dead. And as Zai went to leave, there were 2 undead thralls waiting for him. They were approaching him and didn't seem too friendly. We are going to pick up there. Did I miss anything important in the recap? It's a decently slow session last session.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay. Allison, if I need to summarize anything for you, let me know, because I was controlling Eve last week. I didn't have her doing much because I didn't know if she'd have any contacts in the capital.
That is a good point. Yeah, just if I have questions, I'll let you know. pretty much I'm gonna sit back for a second and like figure out like what's going on before I start doing anything.
Okay.
Before we get started, is this better?
Let me talk real quick. Yes, it is. It is much, much better, and you sound very clear.
Okay. Perfect.
Where is Eve right now? Like, what is she doing? Like when you left her off?
I believe the party was you guys had just finished talking to a NPC named Norenius. If you want to add him to your notes, he is a sage of fire. He runs a small temple / library in a side of town called Somia. Acthau stayed the night there when he first arrived in town, and he said that if you guys needed a place to stay, the building doesn't have a door on it, and it has a warm hearth.
Okay.
Yeah. Norenius didn't extend the offer, but Acthau said, "Hey, this is like a YMCA."
Alright, that is a question. Do the Tolls have family land and a house to stay at in the capital?
In the capital, no.
Okay.
Didn't we just get finished talking to Lizzie?
Oh yeah. Also, another NPC if you want to add to your notes. There is a woman named Sally you guys talked to. She runs an orphanage called the Listener's Pond. Norenius...
Is it for undead children? Is it for undead children?
You don't know that.
I burned it to the ground already.
Nobody asked that, although I guess that is something Eve would have asked.
It is.
Yeah, she would have shook her head at that and said no, it's not. But it's called the Listener's Pond, and what else is important about this? Oh yeah, Norenius told you that he had contacts that spotted Zai hanging out around it.
Okay.
Although Lizzie has claimed to never or not known Zai. Eve also drew a drawing of Zai and showed it to the children there. They didn't say much to her.
Okay.
Yeah, her and Acthau had a art moment.
Even Aki?
Yeah, you guys just took your crayons out and went to town on some parchment.
Yeah, color.
Have a whole like ghost scene.
Actually, what happened was Acthau drew a picture and started showing it around the orphanage, and it was really poorly drawn. And he walked up to Eve and he's like, "Hey, can you redraw this for me?" And Eve took a crack at it. But yeah, it would be the ghost scene, except reverse. And Eve's just holding Acthau's hands as he makes pottery.
Oh, that would have been glorious. I should have been here last session.
Yeah, you should have.
But yeah, we're gonna jump over to Zai. So there are two figures walking towards Zai. What's he gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yes. They don't look alive, and they kind of have their hands up towards you, and they just...
I'm gonna run and cry.
Alright! Let's go!
It's like high school all over again.
Can I get this shirt made? Well, I'll make this shirt.
Wait, what shirt is it?
I'm assuming, right?
Say it one more time, Ben.
You're undead, I'm assuming?
They look like it.
I have a feat that has something to do with undead. I don't remember what it does off the top of my head. Against saving throws against disease. Additionally, undead have difficulty harming me. If an undead targets me directly, attack. That creature must make a wisdom saving throw against my spell DC.
Well,
so I'm going to... Look. It's been forever since I had to do combat with this guy. I don't remember what he does.
While Zai's trying to decide what to do, they approach and make 2 grapple attempts at you. They are making wisdom saves because they have to take the attack action to do so. Oh my god! What's that wisdom save gonna be? It's gonna be your spell save DC? Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
Oh, one of them makes it! Would you believe me if I told you they got... Or wait, they have +0 on wisdom saves. I thought they had -2. Okay, so they're both going to make it. One of them just barely makes it with the 13. The other one rolled a 15. Let's go.
Brandon?
Yes.
It's like 3 sentences to see what it does. And you're like, actually, you know what? They're just going to attack you. I don't get to do anything.
No, they made they take the attack action, and in order to grapple, you have to take the attack action and substitute one of your attacks for a grapple attempt. So you now are being are in a grapple attempt with one of the zombies. Roll me an opposed athletics check or acrobatics check.
Right, so here's my point as to what I was saying. You were going to let me take an action before they did anything, and I was like, hold on, let me read these 3 sentences real quick, and you're like, actually, they're just going to grapple you now.
Oh yeah, you were taking a while. That's kind of like the fear of the zombie moment as like Zai backs up to the wall and it's like looking around, what can I do, what can I do, what can I do? They know what they're doing.
Bullshit on that.
Well, actually, they don't know what they're doing. They're following commands.
I'm
wow, way to give that away.
Yeah, they have 3 intelligence. They barely know what they're doing. What was that?
Out of the grapple.
Say it again.
What do I have to do to get out of the grapple?
Roll me 2 opposed athletic checks or acrobatics checks. You can choose which one. You can try and dodge the grapple, or you can try and out-grapple them and throw them off you.
Extra acrobatics?
Yes. Acrobatics or athletics. Those are the 2 choices.
Uh, 12.
14 and a 12. You shrug off one of the zombies trying to grapple you. The other one, as you do so, grabs your other arm and latches onto you. It starts tugging on you. You are affected by the grappled condition, which your speed becomes 0. You can still do stuff though. Now, if Zai wants to do anything, you know, he's engaged with these zombies.
I'm gonna shoot the one that grabbed me in the face with Eldritch Blast.
That's the way to go. I think Eldritch Blast is an attack roll. What is that attack roll? Oh, 17. That is going to hit. Roll damage.
Oh, that's a spicy
Jesus Christ. 11 damage? I'm sorry, 19 damage?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that 11 or 19? That's 19 damage. Good lord. What level is Zai? He's...
I'm 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was about to say, at 5 that becomes 2d10. Good heebie-jeebie. So you're gonna raise your hand to this zombie as he's tugging on you and getting ready to move you, and half of his skull is just going to dissipate in this eldritch fire. The blast severely damages him, but he is still upright. The other
half the skull is missing, but he's still upright. I mean, I guess he is undead.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need it. The other zombie's going to continue to be useless. You can roll me another grapple check against him.
What do I have to roll? Can I roll acrobatics again?
You.
Or is it different because he's grappling
Yeah,
me now?
at this point, you'd have to roll athletics. You are not restrained, by the way. All right, Ben. He rolled an 8.
Yeah. I rolled a 6, so.
All right. So, zombie number 2 is, as Zai, like, kicks and thrashes and, you know, is literally blasting apart this other zombie. Zombie number 2 is going to, pick up his legs, and they're going to start toting him, out of here. They use their turn, and, they pick up Zai and start moving him. You still have enough movement of your hands to get somatic and verbal components off.
I'm gonna...
But they're moving you towards the back of the house.
I cast Eldritch Blast, the one that I hit.
Okay.
I don't know why I did that.
Roll me another attack roll with disadvantage this time. Hey, Ben, guess what? On an on a 9, you still hit the zombie. He looks at you, and half of his mouth opens up as he goes.
Well, that time it only does 4 damage, so. Oh, wait, how does it only do 4 damage if I have a modifier of 5? It doesn't make any sense.
You should.
No, that
That's
first
the hit,
one.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think that first one included the crit damage.
Yeah.
Which you didn't have advantage on, but I'm gonna allow that one. That 4 is gonna kill him. Let's see. It must be a Constitution save of 5 plus the damage. All right. So the zombie grappling Zai stands up. Or rather, falls to the ground, letting him go as the other zombie continues dragging him. Zai looks back at a moment, and the zombie begins contorting as it kind of refixes its body and starts standing up again. It is other zombie's turn. It continues to move you. You can at any time use your action if you want to try and escape the grapple. At this point, Zai is in the back of the house. The other zombie is moving behind you, albeit you notice they are moving very slow. It's moving to continue its grapple.
I'm gonna try to get out of its grapple.
Okay. You can roll a opposed... Holy fudge, what is tonight? I'm going to start rolling on Roll20 just so you guys can see these garbage rolls. Go ahead and roll me a opposed athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yes. You're trying to escape this time, so you're not, you have the space to jump around. If you can get out of it, and you do, because that zombie rolled a 5. Zai finds himself once again surrounded by zombies. The one that you knocked out is the one that you just escaped from is going to swing forward again to try and grapple you. Go ahead and roll me an opposed check. And
Does it pass the wisdom save?
Oh, yeah, it does have to pass that again, doesn't it? Or is that an every round thing?
With an attack.
Okay. The first one hesitates, actually, and the second one is going to attack you. It is not grappling you. Zai feels something heavy thunk behind him. You take...
Thunk 4.
Yeah, you take 4 bludgeoning damage. It is Zai's turn.
I'm going to take a dash action out of the door, to go to the front of the house.
Okay. There is a back door. It is open. It seems that they were leading you to the back door.
Nice try, Brandon. I'm gonna take my dash action to the front of the house.
All right. Congratulations, you escaped combat. Zombies dash at 40 feet. They can't catch you.
Ricked.
Oh wait, actually, they're going to use their reactions as Zai moves past them. So they're going to make wisdom saves. One is going to make it.
That's a pass 13.
Yeah, and he's going to try and grapple you again. Oh my gosh, I forgot to roll this on Roll20 so you could see this 3 on the wisdom save for the first one. Second one passes the frickin' wisdom save and rolls a 1 on the grapple check. Zai doesn't even have to try and dodge him. You know what? Roll me, yeah, I was about to say, roll me an acrobatics to see if he gets a 1. Yeah, Zai just flips on his shoulders and flips into the hallway and runs to the front door. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be anyone else blocking the path.
Okay, I'm gonna go out the front door.
Alrighty. Yeah, you burst onto the street. It is the late afternoon. People seem to be moving about their business.
Okay, cast disguise self on myself, or mask of many faces, whatever you want to call it, to make myself look like a hobo or something. I'm gonna head back towards the orphanage.
Okay. The rest of the party, we're gonna jump over to them.
Okay.
Let's switch this music to Cheerful Town. Boom. It is pretty cheerful right now. Alright. So, what's the rest of the party doing? Are you guys still chillaxing at the orphanage?
Arabella was waiting outside. She actually left and was just kind of waiting.
Yeah, I remember. I think that was most of the group's intention was Acthal was going to go back to the Nerenius's temple, and everybody else was just kind of posted up in the area.
Yep.
Okay, give me 1 second to... Alright. So, Ben, on walking back to the orphanage, the part of town you're in is called Eileen. Oh, here we go. The part of town you're in is called Eileen. The part of town that the orphanage is in a place called Somia's Bridge. It is diagonally across the city. You are on the northeast side of the city, and Somia's Bridge is in the center of the city towards the southwest. So it is a pretty lengthy walk on your way back to the orphanage. That said, your disguised self would be wearing off by the time you get there, if you want to recast it.
Yeah, I'll recast it on myself and keep the same appearance.
Okay. Make sure you are keeping up with your spell slots too, because warlocks have like 3, I think.
Cast. Hold on.
Yeah, I think that's your 3rd one of the day.
Well, it's called Mask of Many Faces. It doesn't take up a spell slot.
Oh, okay. This is one of those warlock invocations. Yeah, so I think some of the invocations are at will. Warlock is the only class I have not built for anything, so I don't know it off the top of my head.
All you need to know about Warlock is Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that Eldritch Blast and the
spell
invocation
slots after taking a little snappy nap for an hour.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast and taking the invocation that lets you add your charisma to it.
And then the one that lets you shoot it from like 200 feet away.
Yeah, it's just like
the one that makes it hit really hard.
Who needs spells? You're good, man. You're golden with that.
Warlock, more like Sniper Lock.
Can I give someone Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, you can. Your whole party is there except for Akthau. And Torque.
Okay.
And Zai, so not your whole party. I lied. Arabella and Tobias are there.
Okay. I'm gonna grant Tobias Inspiration.
Okay. Yeah. Zai would arrive back to the orphanage and would notice his 3 party members. Well, actually, no. He would notice 2 of his party members there, and with them is a man, a very frail-looking man wearing a mask and leaning on a staff.
Lots of cloaks.
And lots of cloaks.
By the way, I still have some inspiration that I haven't used yet, but unless this is different kind of inspiration.
Yeah, Bardic Inspiration. Your next ability check or saving, or no, just your College of Whispers, Allison.
Valor.
Oh, Valor. Okay, yeah. Your next damage roll or next ability check you make, you can add a D6 to it.
Oh. Okay. Awesome.
And I think this one lasts for like 10 minutes in this edition.
Well, I'm gonna have to text something in the next 10 minutes. Just prepare.
Yeah. Your inspiration does stack with Bardic Inspiration. They're 2 different types of things. Inspiration gives you advantage. Bardic gives you an additional die. But yeah, you guys notice a beggar come up to the orphanage. Otherwise, not much else seems to be happening at the orphanage.
Well, I'm still reading, so I wasn't really doing much. Ow.
After a while, Arabella would just get tired waiting and leave.
Okay. Where does she want to go?
I guess just an inn. Just find her somewhere to sleep.
Okay.
She would ask around for, like, somewhere nice.
You are told of... you're told... What is today? The 31st on your guys' calendar?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. You're told there is a very nice, there's a very nice tavern in the Palace District called Sar Urcha. Additionally, there is another nice, brothel called the Lucky Lass. Both have sleeping accommodations.
I think she would go to the brothel.
The brothel over Sar Urcha?
Probably.
Okay, there is another decent, and this is just as you're walking that you notice this. There is another, decent, inn near you called the Tired Dagger. Specifically, you see it down the ways to the docks near Maiden's Watch as you're walking.
I feel like Arabella would ask Eve where does she want to go. Allison? Allison, are you alive?
Oh shoot, sorry. Did I notice Arabella leave?
She's asking you a question.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm assuming Arabella would have told the party she was leaving.
Yeah, like she wasn't just gonna walk off.
Okay. Then Eve probably went with her.
Yeah, and Arabella asked Eve where she wanted to go. Where does she want to stay? Does she want to stay in the brothel? Does she want to stay in the nice place?
She wants to go with the brothel because they'll probably hear more information there.
Hey, okay. Yeah, so the Lucky Lass is a place that is not hard to find. It is right on the entrance to the Palace District, coming from the area near Somia's Bridge. The Lucky Lass, walking inside the basement floor of it, it is a large stone building, much like Lady Nakart's Manor, except the fort it is on a much smaller scale, and the 4 towers around the edge of it are mostly for decoration. Inside on the first floor, all that's visible to you guys is the main gambling den, where there are a pretty large number of people sitting at different tables, playing different card games and dice games, each one with an accompanying woman hovering over their shoulders or on their laps. You are not greeted as you walk in. It seems to be a pretty open affair.
Do we see anyone?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, does Eve see anyone that she recognizes?
Would Eve have visited an establishment like this?
Yes. At some point or another.
Okay, give me 1 second to pull up these NPCs. Kef and all right. Yeah, looking around, Eve doesn't see anyone she knows. But she does see a very beautiful woman with Galkin-esque features of her. You can tell just people of Galkin carry a very unique skin tone, mixed somewhere between the pale greenness of skin and that pigmentation you get from tanning, of just like the tan not quite sitting right.
Okay.
But yes, you do notice a very beautiful woman from Galkin. You don't know her personally, though, or at least her face doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Do you guys just stay at the door and gawk? Or gawk? Or gawk? Yeah, I think that's the right word.
Is there an empty table?
Let us find out. You guys, do probably have the funding to clear out a table if you wanted. But yes, there is an empty table. There are also seats available at some of the other tables.
Arabella would probably just sit alone. She's not very happy right now. She's just gonna sit.
Okay. Does Eve join her, or does Eve go and talk to the other woman she sees?
For now, Eve will join her.
Okay. You guys take a seat at a table alone. As you do so, a woman standing, or rather sitting at a gambling table across the room from you, seemingly scanning over the room, takes notice of you. She stands up and, man, I don't even know the proper word for her model stride to you. She comes over and she's wearing a long leather garment, much like what you'd expect off a mercenary of sorts, except fashioned into a dress. She nods at you and says, "Thank you for gracing our establishment tonight. Would you like me to summon you some entertainment?"
He's gonna look towards Arabella.
Arabella will just smile and say, "That would be lovely." And some ale or wine, if that's possible as well.
She nods and looks over to another one of the women who was at the table she was at. The woman brings over a set of gambling cards and sets them down at the table. And the other woman who came and started talking to you, walks off behind a door.
Eve will pick up the cards and start shuffling them.
Alrighty. The woman says, "I can deal for you if you'd like."
Eve will shake his head and say, "No, it's fine. I need to practice anyway."
She nods. In a few moments, the matron returns from behind the door with two male servants that are rather attractive. And where are they from? Nonetheless, they sit at the table next to you guys, wearing barely what you can call clothes, and smile and pick up a set of cards. Within minutes, you guys are served food.
Eve will start playing cards with the guys and kind of give Arabella a wink, trying to get her to cheer up.
The first thing they do, as they start each hand, they put 3 gold on the table.
Arabella will follow suit. Same.
Okay, you guys going to gamble with them?
Yeah. Arabella has been in a many gambling dens.
That is very, very true. Alrighty, so let me look at the gaming set real quick. Because they pulled over card games.
Have to come up with your whole own version of poker or something.
Well, the DMG loosely describe, or not the DMG, the Player's Handbook loosely describes them. Encompass a wide game of cards for such games as Three Dragon Ante, If you proficient. If you are proficient with the gaming set, you can add your proficiency with the gaming set and bonus to ability checks you make to play the game with that set. Each type of gaming set requires a separate proficiency. Alright, so are you guys proficient with playing cards?
Arabella is.
Hey, there you guys go.
Hang on, I'm looking at Eve's. Eve.
Because she gets one tool that she's proficient in. And
Yeah,
that's what...
I don't think I ever chose the tool, because I just have common and celestial.
Yeah, as a bard, you should have, I think you're bard and entertainer for your background?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think as an entertainer, you get one gaming set of your choice. And as bard, you get, as bard, you only get 3 musical instruments of your choice. You did not get a proficiency with the gaming set.
What page are the gaming sets on?
They are on, somewhere near 155. Let me look again.
Okay.
154 is where tools are, Brandon.
Okay. The sets that you can choose: a dice set, a dragon chest set, a playing card set, and a 3-dragon ante set.
Let's see. Input set. Oh, dice set, playing card set. What is it? Oh,
Alright.
say what they do.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you what they do. It's DM's choice. Or actually, it's dealer's choice. No, I'm kidding. But go ahead and pick one, and we're gonna come back to you guys.
Alright, I was gonna say playing card set.
Okay. What's Tobias doing at the orphanage? Or did he come to the Lucky Lass?
No, he left the orphanage and he's heading towards the slums.
Back to Somia?
Just wherever the slums are. He's trying to find a area of town that's more or less abandoned.
That's not hard to do from where he's at. So one of the things Tobias knows just coming into town, there were more beggars in Somia than Somia's Bridge, where he's at now. The closer you get to the center of town, the more wealthy it is. If you want to roll me an investigation check for just asking questions of the people you pass, I can tell you what some of the slummier sides are too.
Well,
but that's just general information he knows.
Okay. Well, he's just trying to find an area where he's not going to be observed very closely. So, that's what he's going to want to do. He's going to try to find like just a spot that's maybe covered in rubble or something. Then he's going to that's hidden and covered with rubble. And he's going to cast that ritual.
Okay.
That's just that one that sustains him.
All right. So trying to find a place to do that in town, you'd be better off doing that under one of the bridges, as that would probably be the least likely place to be noticed, or maybe at a cemetery. The slums of this town are very well populated.
Okay, well he'll go to let's just go to a cemetery then, and that's oddly appropriate.
Yes, it is. Hey, Tobias gets to place the first cemetery in the town, or in the area.
Well, priority on not being spied on, so...
Okay. There are, with a check of 10, I'm gonna keep going off that same investigation check. There are 2 cemeteries, Tobias learns, and they are holy cemeteries. There is one in a part of town called Arigard, where the Chantry of Concordance is. Not at the Chantry, but in that part of town. And then there is another one in Maiden's Watch, where leading towards Umiya's temple.
Okay. Well, he'll does it really matter which one he goes to? All that much.
He'd probably have luck. He'd probably have luck on the north side of Arigard, camping out there for the night.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what he'll go there then.
Okay. One of the things too, sleeping outside, it is freezing. It is freezing in town. He will have.
Take him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Does it take him a lot to do this?
Well, he has to sleep in the dirt.
I thought it was just like casting a spell and then on the spot, sapping the energy from it and then moving on.
Yes, but it's more like planting yourself and absorbing the nutrients.
Okay.
It takes a minute.
I mean, he's undead, so body heat doesn't really... Wouldn't think that'd bother him too much.
Well, he still has to keep his body in somewhat of a nice condition.
Well, he's a big boy, he can handle it.
Alrighty, and this is also just something, too. Any place with, like, a dirt cellar, he could also do it there.
Okay, is it possible he can go into, like, a crypt or something and do it there?
Yes,
like we can shut a door behind
yeah,
him
the
or something?
the cemetery near, Arigard actually has catacombs in it.
Okay, we'll go there. Make this extra spoopy.
Alright.
Spoopage.
Oh, I need to grab my phone real quick. Or no, I need to grab this other thing real quick. Yes, so... Does he have the material components? I think we said bone dust's worth 20 gold.
Yeah, I mean, he's got... I'm sure he would keep... He has to do this on a regular basis, so he has quite a supply of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, guess what he can find in a crypt? 20 gold worth of bone dust, probably.
Yeah, probably. He probably finds all kinds of interesting shit down there.
Well, he did just learn the spell the other day, too. Go ahead and roll me a survival check to gather up that bone dust.
Okay. Oh, I'm proficient in that. Go figure. Okay.
Alright, the catacombs,
Well, he has the bone dust, so he doesn't need to do that.
The catacombs, you find are named the, Catacombs of Muctherin Rees.
Okay. He'll go in and kick a Draugr out of its spot and take it.
Alright, it gets up and starts swinging its ancient Nord battle axe at you.
Get out of
I'm
here.
kidding. Yeah, otherwise the ritual takes an hour to it takes an hour to complete or to cast, and you have to sleep there for the night.
Alright. Guess I'm sleeping in the catacombs, because that always turns out well.
Yeah, so... Torque is at the Chantry still?
No.
What's Torque up to?
He left, going to any type of area.
You broke up on me.
He left to go to any other, like, any populated area of town.
Okay. The Chantry is, in the middle of town, attached to some place called Zenith Rise. So Torque literally has the whole area to explore out to.
Alright, well, he's just looking for some scumbags in, like, an alley somewhere.
So Torque just patrols?
And he's not patrolling specifically, he's just, like, he's trying to find some people to get information from.
Okay. Torque is able to find such people. However, the Order of Flames does have a presence in the city. Enough in the underworld to for them to be wary of your coming. And as Torque finds skulls to knock, the skulls flee.
How would they know that I'm from the Order of Flames? The only thing that signifies me is my symbol, and I don't openly display that.
Yeah, just somebody of Torque's statue going where he's going, looking for these heads. Just the 5-0's coming. Like they look at Torque and it's like, shit, it's the pigs.
Were they trying to run?
Yes, 2 people in specifically.
Oh, see.
Imagine it like it's that Steve Buscemi episode of 30 Rock, and it's just like, hey kids, I'm looking to buy some drugs.
Alright.
Or how you doing, fellow kids?
How close was I to them before they took off?
You turn an alley leaving Zenith Rise. And like you see some people and they look up at you and they're like, well, we're out. Maybe 25 feet. It is near, it's near the solstice, so once again it's getting dark at about 4:30. So Torque would either have to... Nope, Torque has resistance to... No, he doesn't have resistance to cold, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, yeah, those boots.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I mean, I hadn't done anything the whole fucking time I'd even gotten here.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think...
still just looking for somebody.
I don't think Talcum gave you a specific task, did he?
No, because their dumbasses apparently didn't look for the noble named Alakan.
Has Torque?
That's what Torque's trying to do. Like, Torque, like, all I've done in the city so far is I went to the chant.
Yeah, getting to your chantry takes an event, too. Your chantry's in the center of the city, so you have to go through a couple gates, and it's the longest walk. To put into perspective the size of the city you guys are in, it's about 7 miles in diameter. So it's not like, you know, oh, we're just gonna go to the end, we're gonna go here. You know, walking from one side of town to the other side of town takes 2 to 3 hours. From, like, edge to edge.
I want to send my fucking dog to cut off one of these guys, then.
I forgot you have a dog.
You got your celestial dog or your spirit dog?
Murder.
Alright.
Cut him off, just to stall him for a second.
it chases after them. Your dog enters a chase scene, and I begin rolling for it. Your dog sprints after this thing. Do you keep a mental connection with it, or?
Yes, for like a mile.
Okay. You can feel your dog closing in on one of these guys as these guys bob and weave through alleys, eventually shaking it by tossing some boxes at it and losing it in a crowd.
I didn't slow him down at all or anything.
Your dog was gaining on them. Your dog encountered 2 obstacles and failed them. Rolling a 11 and a 7 on them.
The dog's faster than them.
Your dog is faster than them. They had a head start on your dog.
The worst canine unit ever. Go back to puppy school.
I don't know, fucking Torque just go back to his fucking chantry.
Torque goes to his chantry and broods. Alright, so, you can spend the night there at the chantry. The rest of the party is, gambling, which I guess is just Allison and Sam. You guys can roll ability checks using your, using your playing card set. It is an intelligence-based check.
AC of 9.
So just like this? That roll?
Yes.
So that's a
Wait, add in playing cards to your thing. Okay.
Steal the coins.
I see it.
Do it.
What does playing cards give you?
It gives you proficiency plus your intelligence.
Roll a d20, add 3, and then add your intelligence.
Okay. Well, I was putting it in under my proficiency. That's not why I wanted the d20 to roll.
All right, there you go.
Holy shit!
Go ahead and roll me a second check. Sam.
That's a nat 20.
What the fudge? Yeah, so these guys playing cards with you lose the first hand to Eve, clearly changing their strategy on the second go around of this. And on the second go around, both of them are going to do massively better. And it is going to tie between Arabella and the guy sitting closest to Eve. You guys go actually in the tie. It goes to a separate round where you guys shuffle off of another deck. He picks a strategy of cards that Arabella doesn't see coming, and he just narrowly irks out the victory on her. Actually, in that second round, you would have the option of splitting the pot, or playing for all.
Go big or go home.
All right. He rolls it again. Go ahead and roll me
Do I
another
roll
check.
again?
Yes, for that second round. Once again, he pulls out his unorthodox strategy and just barely takes the pot from you. And he got a 25 on that first one. Oh,
awesome.
Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry. He got a 24. But it was an ability check, and he has a 5 in his modifier.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But anyways, Eve adds what? 4 times 3, 12 gold?
12.
12 gold?
Adds 12 gold to her inventory and loses 3 gold on the second hand.
Okay.
That said, the matron comes back over to your table and says it's getting late. If you'd like to rent a room, we offer our services at what is this place? 4 gold a night?
50.
Hey, Dirge stayed here before.
That 4 gold was with like having a suckling pig brought up to the room and all that stuff as well. So.
No, he paid 12 gold. He had
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had yeah. So this is 4 gold a night. He had food and drink and a whole feast brought up for him.
True that.
And we know he eats a lot.
Yeah. The woman tells you it's 4 gold for a room. It has 1 bed in it.
Arabella will pay the 4 gold and ask if it's possible for her to get company in her room.
Yeah, she's able to do so. Does she want a? The woman asks, "Do you want a male or female?" And do you
want
one
of each?
Okay. Do you want the best you've ever had, or do you just want entertainment for the night?
Entertainment for tonight.
Okay. It is 2 gold for it is 2 gold for each. Or no, I'm sorry. It's 2 gold for one of the servants and 5 silver for the other.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Does Eve have the option of staying with Arabella, or is she gonna have to rent her own room?
I guess that's up to Eve.
Eve is gonna kind of look at Arabella like worried, but she's gonna decide to give her space for the night, and Eve will get her own room.
Okay, 4 gold. The woman asked you the same question. Did you were you looking for entertainment tonight?
Eve will shake her head and say, "Not tonight, but thank you," and go to her room alone.
I want it to be noted that this is the first time anyone in the party has ever seen Arabella drink, ever.
Well, none of us actually did because it's only Arabella. It's only, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dark path, man. It is a dark path, and I think my nephew stole all of my D percentage die.
But no,
like every D percent.
Eve has gotten drinks with Arabella before.
Yep.
No, Arabella never drank. She always drank water. Arabella never. You've never seen her drink.
Actually, when she got out of that one, with that one where they, tortured that lady with the condo, they both drank.
Not Arabella.
Oh my god.
She did.
I'm gonna go back and look, but I've made it a point to make sure that Arabella hasn't drank the whole time. She probably bought everybody else drinks.
Ow.
Where's I staying tonight?
What's up with this?
I'm hobo. No, I'm trying to make it back to the orphanage.
Okay, yes, I did make it back to the orphanage. Yeah, he's been at the orphanage. He saw his party there, and then they all left.
I did?
Yes, you were disguised as a bum. You were the bum that went to the orphanage. And I described how he saw 2 of his party members waiting with Tobias's character.
Another weird hobo.
I don't know if I might have said that. I went to the bathroom. I don't know if he said it while I was in the bathroom.
Oh, I guess I did.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. So, Zai would get to the orphanage. He would see Arabella and Eve, and he would also see this man wearing standing with them wearing a mask, looking very frail, and many different cloaks, leaning on a staff. He looks like a hobo.
Just an old man.
Hey, me too.
Hello, fellow old man.
Yeah, would I say anything to him?
Let's go. Let's go eat prunes and talk about the old days.
I'd probably just acknowledge them as I walk by, wave at them and say hello.
Arabella has a really high passive perception. Is it possible that she notices that hobo is disguised? That's fair if not, but I just wanted to ask.
I don't know. Let me look at disguise self. Most of the time,
let me read it. I have it pulled up right here.
Yeah, in previous editions, it's a bonus to your disguise.
He's like, I've been waiting for this.
You make yourself, including your
clothing. Body type.
Excuse me. Sorry.
You played the role for too long.
Creatures.
To discern that you are disguised, a creature can use its action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. Arabella has reason to believe Zai's been here. If she wants, she can roll that save against his spell save DC.
Intelligence?
Yes, intelligence investigation. DC 13. So yeah, Arabella would know that the old man is not an old man, but wouldn't see through the disguise. She would just know that he is disguised. Lizzie is definitely entertaining people here that aren't children.
That at that instant would be the moment that she walks away.
Alrighty. So yeah, what's Zai doing at the orphanage? He sleeps here?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled, let's see,
1 billion chicks.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I got everything I needed to roll, because I didn't have a thing in front of me. I missed one.
What are you rolling for?
How,
a 2?
How each person's night goes, the weather of the night, and celestial events.
Catacombs.
Yeah.
I'm cold as fuck.
Yeah, so you guys don't find Tobias. Instead, you find Tobias. Instead, you find a icicle.
I'm Tobias Ice Ass. Okay. I will roll myself out of the catacombs come sunlight.
Okay.
Actually, I think I have resistance to cold. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
One thing you notice in the catacombs, you do hear voices. echoing through the halls. It is very creepy down here with the corpses and the distant echoing voices.
So, but I am a corpse.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up. My roommates. No. But you say voices, and I say what? Let's see. Okay. Can I make out what they're saying?
No, you cannot.
But not with the 22?
You can discern their location with it, but they are very, very distant.
I'm sure I'm not the only person down here. That would just make no sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna head out and say goodbye to my roommates.
Alright. Give me 1 second. Some things happen over the night. I just had to find where I put something. Alright. Everybody hears this one. In the middle of the night, there are bells rung all over the city.
Oh my, what could that be?
As long as you guys don't stress yourselves, you could continue your rest if you walk outside or walk to a window. But the entire city erupts into church bells.
Arabella would move to the window to see.
Can I even hear this underground?
Yes, you would hear this underground, as you are very near the chantry, which would have the 4 chantries would have the largest bells ringing. So it would just be echoing, down here.
I'm dead.
And Arabella looks out over the city. There are different buildings, all with hearths lit, candlelights lit, lanterns on the street. Very one by one, they're all being put out. This process goes on for probably about 7 minutes before the city goes dark.
Does Arabella have any idea why this would be happening?
She would, although it's never happened in her lifetime. What's Arabella's perception?
A passive perception?
Yes.
17.
17? Looking up into the sky, there is a luminescent large ball of purple light shedding over the city. As the city went dim, it became easier to see. It is directly overhead.
Okay, so she knows what this means. What is it?
She can roll me a history check, if she's able to place it.
No. She places nothing.
Arabella is awestruck by this. It is like a star, within arm's distance. Like, it's not arm's distance, but it's like the moment, the full moon is closest to the Earth. It is just this large shimmering ball of purple light.
I feel like she would wake up her entertainment and ask them.
Oh, they would be awake and marveling at it too. The man you're with says, "My gods, it's a guiding star."
Which is what?
He says they signal historical events. Kings are born under these. The woman with you says kings are also killed under these. He bows. Or rather, he takes a knee. The woman there with you begins singing. I could sing, or no, I'm not going to sing what she says. I can give you the lyrics of what she says, but
oh, come on, Brandon.
I am not going to do you guys disservice like that. If anything, it is a very sacred moment for these people. Arabella would have read and known that these stars are very superstitious and they happen randomly.
I feel like Arabella would pray to Soyesta. She hasn't done that like legit in a while.
Okay.
And this seems like a good time.
I'm pulling up one of those songs. I got a whole thing of them here. What's do you want to message me what Arabella prays about, or she just is there any subject
I'll message you. I'll message you.
Okay. Everybody across the city, by the way, hears these bells.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Eve would have walked to the window too. And
yeah.
We saw about the same stuff Arabella saw.
Yeah, Eve would. Arabella would know that these are sacred. To Eve, these things happen where she's from. Like these stars happen all over the world. No other culture puts as much stock into them as Arter Sarai, though.
Okay, so she's seen it before, and
she hasn't seen it before, as this hasn't, happened in quite a few years. But most people say it's just superstitious nonsense. They're just random.
Can I roll a history check to see how much she remembers about them?
You can.
17.
Arabella. Eve would know from just the glow of this one and the purple light of it. This one is called Alilia's Eye. Is or rather, each star represents something. This one is called, or this one's said to represent the eye of the goddess Alilia.
After she sees that, she would go and knock on Arabella's door to make sure that she's okay and see if she sees what's going on.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to, but Eve hears singing as she approaches Arabella's door, and Arabella hears a knock on her door.
I mean, I guess Arabella would open the door.
Hey, it's Eve!
Hey, Eve.
Eve will realize that she interrupted and is like, oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. You can go back to praying. I just wanted to check on you and see if you, what you know about that. And kind of gesture towards the light.
Supposed to be special. Kings are born and or killed under it, supposedly.
Eve would tell her what she knows about them, and
you hear the woman in the room stop mid-song and change to a different melody.
Is it anything either of us know?
She's singing in common. This song seems to be more suited towards the star now that she's singing about.
Since Eve told her what the star was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the man made the history check to know what was happening. She knew of it, but she didn't know what star it was. So.
I feel like Arabella, though she's currently standing naked in her room, even these two people, would like usher Eve out and like get dressed. She would probably want to go outside just to see what everybody outside's doing.
Eve will nod and say, "Oops," and then.
Yeah, getting dressed and heading outside. Does Eve join her outside?
Yeah.
Everybody seems to have a different reaction to the star. As Ardor is the capital, there are lots of immigrants here. Those are not on the street at all. You see some people reverently outside, just kneeling on the cobbled streets. There's not a fire to be seen in sight. It's very cold outside. Some people are huddled in circles, chanting a similar song to the one you guys heard the woman singing upstairs.
Is there really any immediate danger because of this thing?
No, it doesn't look like any danger at all. Most of what you see is reverence or celebration.
Eve will look up at it and kind of just say, "Wow."
Yeah, it is a sight to behold. If Eve, and just to put into perspective, like the size of this star, if Eve holds her fist up to the sky, like directly as far away from her face as she can, and puts it in front of the star, it covers up, just barely covers the edges of it.
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna say wow, and then she's gonna look at Arabella.
Arabella's just gonna say, "I'm going back to bed."
Once in a lifetime Haley Comet event. Just whatever.
No, not whatever, but she doesn't know what to do. She's gonna go back upstairs and pray.
Eve is gonna kind of like reach out for her and say, you know, "Hey, Arabella, are you okay?"
I mean, don't really have an option, do I? And she's gonna walk away and go back upstairs.
Eve is gonna sigh and then say that she's gonna give Arabella more time, and then she's gonna go sit in the like main area of the brothel where they were before.
Okay. Is anyone else going outside or observing this tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at see where all the bells are about.
Okay. It takes Tobias a little while to dig himself out of his not dig himself, but to weave his way out of the catacombs.
Well, let me say that is doing this interrupt my
it does not, as long as you don't stress yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, but
outside to see what's going on.
Heading outside, Tobias does see a guiding star in the sky. And if I check the timeline, he might have seen one of these before in his life. So he's 200 years old.
Yeah, but it's old news to him. He doesn't. Do I have to roll? Do I have to roll a check for him to remember, or do I have to not have to worry about?
You look at it and you know it's a guiding star. It would be a history check to try and tell which one, as I don't think Tobias specialized in astrology.
No, not really. Wait, where is he?
Anything I put on the wiki is common knowledge for your guys' characters, but, if you don't know it, your character just didn't bother putting time in to remember it,
Wait, what?
There we go.
Uh, 23?
Yeah.
So Sam, it's these stars are like common knowledge, but it's the same as someone else going outside and looking up and saying, "Oh, there's the Little Dipper. There's Cassiopeia," and, you know, being able to discern the stars in, like, the night sky, it is common knowledge, but if you don't know it, you don't know it. Like, I can't go outside and tell you what stars are what right now. I can barely find the North Star. But anyways, these stars are all listed on the wiki, though.
Okay.
23? Yeah. Tobias would know that this is Alilius, often called the Eye of the Goddess. Okay. He would also know the last time one of these stars appeared, which I think I have to get back to you on.
Now, in any case, it doesn't have all that much significance to him. But he is going to just make a note, even as like just more of a scientific observation.
Okay. The last time one of these stars appeared was 45 years ago.
Okay, it's like, oh yeah, that again. A lot of good that thing's done. But he's actually going to... does he have to go back to sleep? He didn't really use any spells the previous day, so... yeah. If he slept a couple of hours, he'll probably just go wander around the city until morning.
Okay, this happens in the middle of the night, so by the time this does happen, Tobias has been asleep for a good few hours.
Alright.
Does he wander anywhere specifically, or?
Well, he's just kind of go back the way he came, so I guess it would take him kind of back past the orphanage, if only just as a matter of, you know, he's just wandering back that way.
If Zai steps outside at all, he sees a creepy guy in a mask outside his window. Just
I'm looking in.
I guess like just asleep.
You want to buy some death sticks?
Hey! Want to buy a funnel cake?
No. But no, he's mostly just wandering and enjoying the peace and quiet. He's old. He doesn't need a lot to entertain himself.
Okay. There is not a lot of quiet to be had tonight. As he walks the street, there at different times there are people coming outside and singing towards the star before it finally fades. Near about 3 a.m., the light just begins to dissipate, and almost pieces of it sparkle off, and as the wind blows, kind of pieces of it just eventually keep coming detached from it before it disappears completely.
Thank goodness it broke apart in the atmosphere, or else we'd have a problem.
It crashes to Earth. That was day 3. Try again.
So yeah, he's I'm not sure what he's doing really at this point. He's kind of just, I guess he's maybe seeing if there are any specific Terrai heavy quarters of the city or hideouts or something like that.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll an investigation check for that. The people near where you ask. The people, near where you ask don't have much information on that subject, and say, "Oh, if you're looking to hunt down Terrai, you can go to the Chantry of Discipline."
Yes, I'm aware. I was gonna say, like, kind of under his breath. Where is that, by the way?
They point to the center of town, attached to the wall that stretches around the palace, the main palace. There is an area eastwards, rising above it, that is kind of built into the wall, and they say that's the Chantry of Discipline there.
Huh. I've heard they've been causing kind of a bit of a trouble around these parts.
Actually, let me roll to see who you're talking to. I rolled history checks for them. You're actually talking to a male and a female. The female, who has many features of the Dorai, she looks very young, pointy ears, everything. Nods and says, "Oh, you're talking about the Heart of Embers? Just stay out of their path. They're on a chase that's going to lead their souls straight to the bridge."
Well, maybe that's for the best.
Yeah. The man next to him says, "Honestly, Soyes's whole chantry is always on the verge of exploding. They preach discipline, but their zealots can hardly keep it in their pants." The woman smacks his arm.
He's going to pat the guy on the shoulder and he says, "Not to worry. Orders like that come and go. And give it a couple of decades, no one will even remember them."
The woman shakes her head and says, "This is the 285th year of fire. I doubt the Chantry of Discipline's going anywhere soon."
Well, you've got to think, young lady, in the big scheme of things, 200 years is not very long at all.
She says, "Yes, but 285? That's nearly a fourth of the Ascended Era." Well, that's over a fourth.
200 more years, there'll be an addendum in a textbook somewhere.
The woman, shakes her head and says, "Actually, let me see how old she is."
Is she over 200? Oh, wait, so that means he was alive when... Well, no. They would have only been around 65 years before he was changed. Interesting.
She is... 139.
Okay.
Yeah, she says 200 years is more than I've ever known. But you see a lot change from here to Elyan, so...
Oh, you have no idea. Well, I'm going to be on my way. You two have a good evening.
They nod. The man begins singing again. He is very clearly drunk. She laughs and claps at him. The star is gone, by the way. They are reveling.
Right. So I'm actually going to start heading towards the Chantry of Discipline then.
Okay.
Just, we can... If we need to, we can go to somebody else. I don't want to take up too much time.
Alright, yeah, well, it's going to be a little bit of time before he gets there, so probably by the time he gets there, the rest of the parties are... the rest of the group's waking up.
It's fine.
What's on the agenda for today? You guys have one quest currently active, by the way.
Did you get my message, Brandon?
Oh, let me look at it now. I do not have a Facebook tab open.
But I feel like Arabella would seek out Torque. She's in a really bad mood and she wants to set things on fire.
Okay.
What the fuck is this group anymore?
Eve would tell her to make sure she doesn't.
Group 1 light.
Hey, that's all Zai's fault. Arabella's mood and everything about her right now is all Zai's fault.
That's kind of her fault, but...
And Eve is just trying to keep things from getting worse.
Alright. Yeah, to that, I don't think Arabella would get any answer at where she's currently at, but I did see that message. Okay. Just know that.
Okay. But like I said, Arabella would seek out Torque.
Okay. You head to the Chantry of Discipline?
Yes, which is also her chantry.
Okay. Does Eve head with her?
Yes.
Alright. So, once again, you guys have one quest active and are in the last place to ever find that NPC. Otherwise...
Wait, what quest do we have open?
Lady Nakart told Tobias to find out what Draylin Madison was up to in the city.
Oh shit, yeah, I remember that now.
And to work to foil his plans.
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, so that's more like his thing going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much the only thing you guys have open right now. That someone actively asked you to do. Yeah. If you don't tell anybody, nobody can help you out with it.
Hell no. Not these people. Jesus.
I mean, this is a pretty good group to go in and kill stuff.
For real.
But you gotta get the group back together first.
Yeah.
I'm trying!
You know who would love to kill a vampire? Torque?
You know who is a vampire?
You know who would love to investigate somebody?
Torque.
Zai?
Oh yeah, he really would. He's good at that.
You know who'd love to interact with nobility? Arabella?
For real?
You know who'd love to see Lilfear again? Eve?
So you have the perfect party.
Yeah, just nobody's going to find him, but anyways.
No communication in this group.
We're trying to find Zai.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I don't normally do this. I don't normally do this, I'm just gonna read you guys his, character sheet. His fear, his #1 fear in life is Soyesa. So,
perfect.
And that's just because you guys know he's a vampire. So, anyways, most of the party meets up at the Chantry of Discipline. Oh, this group has never been there before. Wait, no. Yes you have. Do you guys want me to describe it again?
But nobody else. No, you're good.
Okay.
I took notes last time.
You guys might hear a screaming child in the background. I don't know what's going on. What do you guys want to do here?
So I'm not going to take a shit on their front yard?
Yeah.
Now that everybody's actually here?
Yeah, it's not hard to see, Tobias just haggardly walking around. This would probably be very, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Manhattan. This would be very Manhattan-esque as people walking down the sidewalks, kind of like bumping your shoulder and not even paying attention as they move by you. You'd probably see that happen several times to, Tobias.
He's actually floating on an invisible disc right now, so...
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he?
Bitches.
Because why not?
He garners several looks, by the way. Oh, wait, why am I eating this while I'm DMing? Might be.
I don't know. They're just jealous.
So what do you guys want to do?
It's Arabella will acknowledge Tobias, and then she's gonna go inside and look for Torque.
Okay. Torque's just sitting there brooding someplace in the Order of Flames, or
Tim? He died.
Tim dead. Let's see. I got their document right here. The Sin
has everything muted, by the way, or deafened, I should say. So he can't hear us, and we can't hear him.
All right. Yeah. So did you ask around for Torque?
Yes.
Let me roll you a percentage check on who... Well, you actually have rank here. They tell you that Torque is in the halls of the Cinder Inquisition. And ask you to wait a moment before they finally bring Torque up to you. I will roleplay Torque until Tim gets back, because he's gonna hate that.
Arabella's just gonna ask if he has found anything else during his investigation about the folks that are setting people on fire.
He says, "Why does it matter to you? I've got real business to investigate and real things to go on. You nobles and you and your brother just go prancing around. I'll handle it."
Arabella will say, "I am a member of this chantry too."
He says, "But you're not a member of the Cinder Inquisition."
That doesn't make me unuseful. I could be a good ally in this investigation.
Torque's an NPC now. Roll him a persuasion check.
Hey, I'm good at those.
Believe in yourself.
Are you kidding me? I don't have advantage on that for any reason?
Can you grant yourself inspiration?
Oh yeah, inspiration. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yeah, there you go. Torque grumbles and says, he grumbles and says, I got Makana access to my order hall. We've been looking into it, but we haven't made much headway. There's a noble we need to find, but I don't know much about him, and everybody keeps running from me.
Arabella will smile at Torque and just say, "See, I might actually be useful at this."
Torque says something very vulgar to you.
Like,
not at Arabella, but just kind of like, shit. Somewhere along those lines. Just kind of like a low swear out loud.
Arabella just smiles and says, "I have been nobility all of my life, and people don't run for me. Well, not quite as often as they would run for me."
Torque says, "Your brother did."
Ooh.
Arabella's gonna cast...
Just because I feel like Tim would say that.
Arabella is going to cast...
I just want you guys to know I hate Tim's character.
Everybody does.
That's dank.
Arabella
Good
is
job,
going
Tim.
to cast...
I won't be casting spells on him in his own chantry.
It's my chantry too.
Both of their chantry.
Oh, who's that?
I'm trying to cast something on him that will specifically hit him that will not hit anything.
Eve will kind of like step between them.
Oh, mine's there too.
Oh, can I cast Hand of Radiance, Brandon?
Yes, you can. What type of save is it?
I cast Sleep on Arabella. 2nd level.
Alright, so this flurry of casting is going off. You guys see Arabella you guys see Arabella ready to start casting a spell. I'm gonna need Eve, Arabella, and Tobias to all roll initiative to see who goes in what order.
Oh, perfect. I have a -1 to initiative.
Believe in yourself.
I
hate Roll20 hates me. Hey, it didn't hate me today.
Does it hate you?
Not today.
Let me go ahead and roll. I gotta bring up Roll20 on another screen. So I can bring up Tim's character sheet and see what his bonus to initiative is.
Oh wait, it is a first level. Okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah, who is ever listening to the stream right now is gonna be flooded with like all the different music coming. Oh well. Wait, that's Tobias and Torque. Oh, look at Tim. All right.
Tim.
Well, you are casting on him.
That is true, but could he have said anything meaner?
That's probably about as mean as it gets. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
If Tim was here playing Torque, probably so. Torque's gonna step forward and raise his warhammer to Arabella and say, "You really want to do that?" And he readies an action. And by "you really want to do that," I mean it'd come out as Torque's grisly growl of "you really want to do that?" Because that's how Tim talks.
Does he?
Yep, exactly like that.
Oh.
Arabella is next on initiative. What'd she do?
Arabella's gonna continue casting. She's gonna just hold her action. She's just gonna ready it and just tell Torque that all I've ever done is offer to help you. There's no reason for you to be such a asshole.
Torque grumbles at you. You holding your spell at his face and him holding his warhammer over yours. Tobias and Eve looking on can see, hey, members of the Order of Discipline are hot-headed.
Yeah, it's almost like I only said this twice. So that's a 30 on that sleep spell.
Okay. What's Arabella's HP?
38.
38. Tobias Tobias focuses Arabella and does not have the HP to put her to sleep. Let me see if you can target someone else or if it dissipates.
It's a wasted spell, Brandon.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably put Eve to sleep if you wanted to.
I don't want to put Eve to sleep.
There's no reason to put me to sleep. I'm not doing anything.
What's Eve do on her turn?
Eve is gonna use suggestion.
So far, neither of them have hit each other.
Yeah. Eve is gonna use suggestion on Arabella and suggest that Arabella calms down and that they maybe step away for a minute to clear their heads.
What type of save is that?
It is going to be a wisdom save against Eve's spell
DC,
save.
Right?
Yep.
That's a 21.
Against my DC?
Yeah, your spell save DC, which should be at this level max 16. So yeah, Arabella's like, I will not calm down.
Okay, sorry, I'll try.
Yeah, you guys stand there for probably a good couple rounds, just readying.
No, I got stuff to say. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I got stuff to say.
Yeah, so this goes by another round. Torque not hitting Arabella, and I'm assuming Arabella not hitting Torque.
No, she will actually just let the spell dissipate. She's not going to continue holding it.
Okay.
I mean, she's not gonna step back because she could still just cast the spell if she wants to. But
yeah. When she drops her ready to action, so does Torque. And just because of the dirtbag that Tim is, I hope he rewatches this section. I feel like Torque would say, I knew you didn't have it in you.
Arabella's just gonna say, no, actually, I just have more decency than you.
Yeah. What's up?
He shakes his head and says, decency gets you nowhere. Discipline gets you everywhere.
But a combination of the two will get you the answers you're seeking.
And you two have been such a bastion of self-discipline. You really do your order proud.
Torque takes out his warhammer and points it at Arabella's head and says, her head's not smashed, is it? Discipline.
Means you're not insane, but nothing more.
I'm gonna need you to roll a deception check on that.
Why?
Torque is insane. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, for real.
I'm being polite. He's talking to the both of y'all.
Eve was just kind of like be giving Torque death glares.
I'm trying to understand why Eve cast on Arabella and not on Torque. Like, now 2 of her party members have cast on her.
Because you started it.
Right!
Yeah, Torque was just being mean with words.
Yeah. That's starting it!
No, you started it by initiating combat.
You did.
Arabella got triggered, not Torque.
Yeah. Arabella, escalated, and Torque was like, well...
It's probably better that it didn't, because Torque could probably smash...
I don't know, it could have gone... It could have gone either way. Yeah. Arabella puts out damage.
Oh, I built Arabella specifically to do damage.
Torque does have extra attack now, too, so...
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all bullshit. So, Tobias is just going to turn and walk out. It's like... a bunch of zealots.
Now, Arabella's going to ask, because she really does want to help Torque, she's going to ask, who is this noble that you're seeking?
Torque grumbles it under his breath.
Arabella has a passive perception of 17.
Okay, she hears the name, Alakan.
Arabella will ask Torque if he would like to accompany her to try to find answers, or would he like her to go on her own?
Torque grumbles again and walks out of the chantry, or walks in the direction Tobias walked in. She hears along the lines of, "Do whatever you want. I'm not your fucking frick." That is a yes if you've ever heard one from Torque.
A yes to going with me, or an yes to going alone?
Probably yes to going with him.
Okay.
Put in probably the meanest way possible.
So Arabella will leave and start asking around about this noble. And if anybody looks at Torque, she's just going to say, don't mind him. You know, the city's not always safe.
This isn't the same noble that we're supposed to be looking for, right?
The noble that Lady Nakart told Tobias to look for is named Draylin Madison.
But Eve and Arabella don't know about that.
Yes, Tobias has not shared that with anyone. He told Eve that those kids needed to go with them, with the other, with Sona, per Lady Nakeheart's order for the teleport. I think that was it.
Did Eve come with Arabella?
Yeah.
Yeah, so far the whole party is there except for Zai and Akthau.
Tobias went off on his own.
Akthau would show back up at the orphanage and it's like, where is everybody?
Well, none of us are there. Do we see Aki walking through town?
No. I was just joking. So, Tobias leaves the Order of the Chantry of Discipline?
Yeah.
Okay, where's he headed?
I'm gonna get back to you on that.
Okay. I mean, once again, though, Tobias can't outrun the rest of the party. They do see him leaving.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just imagine, like, some guy in a wheelchair just being like, leave me alone.
He's not trying to sneak away or anything. He's just walking.
Arabella would ask him if he would like to join them.
I think I lost everybody.
Did you hear me?
No.
Arabella would ask Tobias when they see him outside if they would like to join him. If he would like to join them.
No, I would not.
While they're walking around and stuff, Eva's gonna talk to Arabella and say, hey, don't we need to be looking for Zai? Trying to find him still. Why are we going around helping him? And then she'll throw serious shade when she says him.
Arabella will just say, if Zai wants to be found, he will find me. Obviously, he doesn't. And she's going to take off her Toll signet ring, and she's going to hand it to Eve, and say, when you find him, give him that.
Toll's signet ring?
Mm-hmm. It's a ring with the Toll symbol on it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the symbol that she's a Tolls.
Eve will nod and add it to her bag and kind of fall back a couple of steps.
Ooh.
And say, I really hope you don't come to regret these things.
Arabella's not going to say anything.
Regret makes us human.
Not human, so man.
Tobias is just floating around, like, middle fingers up, like, I regret nothing!
Technically, I'm only half human.
What?
Yeah, her father her father walked out of a fire.
I lost everybody.
Oh, can you hear me, Wesley?
Okay, again, no. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, Arabella said, or Sam said Arabella's only half human.
Okay.
So she regrets only half her decisions.
Let's see.
Do I need to roll investigation to find this guy, Brandon?
Alakan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. You can tell me what you're asking for. You guys have a name. Torque hasn't put any insight into the right areas of the investigation. So he's got nothing but a name. He's like the part of his order that is investigating this, and he went back to his order and asked, "What do you guys know?" Like, your report, which you told us.
I remember that now. So he does know that he's a noble, right? He did tell Arabella that.
He probably said it on a cursing word. Saying something like they're being supplied by some goddamn prissy noble And then mumbles some things about bombs and Somar Villa.
Arabella is going to go back to the brothel.
Okay.
That's where she's going to start her investigation.
The Lucky Lass.
Yeah. And she's going to find the woman yesterday that was basically supplying her with all of her needs.
All right. Her name is Taek. She is the matron of the Lucky Lass.
And Arabella's going to ask Torque to just sit away from her. Just go sit over there.
Taek greets you as you come in. As always, she's sitting with one of the patrons, watching over them spend money. She stands and walks to you with her hands behind her back, and smiles and says, "Ah, it's nice to see we made a repeat customer out of you."
Arabella will smile and just say, "I will definitely be back. But actually, I came today hoping you could help me out."
She smiles and says, are you seeking pleasure or entertainment?"
I'm actually seeking information.
She grimaces a little bit and says, "Yes, many people do come seeking that. However, you should know I keep the privacy of my patrons is one of my highest priorities."
Arabella will nod and I'd say, I don't want to know anything particular other than to where to find someone. I was given the name Alakin.
She nods. And she's gonna roll a history check. And she's going to look around the room for a moment before saying, that name has passed through here once before.
Arabella will just say, I am actually looking for an audience. Would you know where I should go for such?
She shakes her head and says, oh, give me 1 second. Come here. There you go. My pup kept trying to get in my room. Anyways, she shakes her head and says, that name came through here once before, and the second time, the face bore a different name.
Arabella will ask, and we'll just say, can I ask what the name, the other name was?
She nods and says, Gavrin Dalyan.
That name sounds so familiar. Do I recognize that name, Brendan?
I don't know if you guys have heard that name or not. That's just that's one of the pseudonyms this guy uses.
Oh, beautiful.
It is on the quest card.
On the quest card. Beautiful. Arabella will ask if she can describe the man.
She describes somebody with long red hair. Although yeah, she describes somebody with long red hair, bearing a oath blade made of adamantine. And says she recognized the face. She recognized the face when she saw the oath blade a second time.
It's not easy to forget an oath blade like that. Arabella, I think at this point would just thank her for. We'll ask her if there's any more information she could give her, and if not, just thank her for her time and be on her way.
Yeah, she doesn't give you anything else.
Yeah. That's okay. I got what I wanted. I got a description. Does Arabella know anybody that's got really long hair that has an oath blade of adamantium?
Arabella's seen a dude with red hair before.
Ha 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 ha, Brandon.
No, like, I don't know. Let me roll a percentage die for her. Not off the top of her head.
Okay. Well, then move on to somebody else. Let's.
Okay.
Let me think for a minute.
What's Zai up to?
Being an old man.
Still? The next day?
Hey, he's into it. He's devoted.
Let us two men run into each other at least. Yeah. So that we have something to do.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna... You guys already did run into each other.
I guess I'm gonna go out and breakfast for the orphanage again.
Alright, Zai drops fat cash on the orphanage.
I challenge him to single combat. Because why not? No.
I'm gonna refresh. Yeah, recast disguise self on myself.
Okay. So
an old man.
Yeah, if Tobias is at all wandering back through that part of town, he could definitely take note of this old man. Zai would probably have to have like some pretty good performance check to get the walk of an old man down. But otherwise, you know,
You mean to roll a performance check?
I mean, only if Zai wants to look like a serious crippled.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull the.
I lost my hip in the war.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
By the way, like doing that takes you hours to get. Takes you an hour or so to get breakfast. Just walking there and back. Just the commitment to the task.
Roll a 15, committing to the task. Go big or go home.
That's not bad. 15 solid.
But does Tobias head back to Somia's bridge?
Yeah, he's heading back that way.
Okay, so for the third time, you see a man with a mask floating floating outside your window, Zai.
I'm gonna pick up a rock off the ground and throw it at him. Like, what the fuck are you doing there, man?
What? Getting some fresh air. Just
my window. That's the third time I've seen you here.
Well, I suppose that does look a bit suspect, doesn't it? This is just, I'm sorry, it's on the main thoroughfare.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the orphanage is on a pretty popular road.
Fair enough. Just getting air, huh? I find that hard to believe.
Well, maybe I wanted to make a donation to this fine organization.
Well, then be my guest and come inside. Make a donation.
Are any of these your grandchildren?
No. You could call me the help, I guess.
You tend to the... Oh, I see. The groundskeeper.
Or less, I go out in the mornings and fetch the food for them and all this and that.
Oh, well, if you don't have anything else to do, maybe I could contribute a fine meal to these children. And I haven't
come with me to the market. You're more than welcome to.
That sounds excellent, thank you. Oof. Hop on.
What's the weight limit of your disc?
What am I hopping on?
There's technically nothing there. It's just open space. What is it called?
Tensor's floating disc. It should be under T.
I'll just type in disc. I want to say it was like 500 pounds or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tensor's spell creates a whole.
500 pounds. So Tobias weighs like 100.
Yeah, and even with size
what
gear.
Zai written down as. I don't have them down. I don't have a weight down for Zai.
Is it over 400?
He's not a very thick person.
Thick.
I'll say Zai is like 180.
That's fine. We can carry the food back on this thing too.
Well, let's do it.
So I'm gonna row us both towards the market, just like an empty air.
All right, and we did homebrew that spell for you. It does count as concentration for him moving it, because otherwise it is normally immobile while he's near it.
Okay, yeah, but he's using his staff to like push himself along the ground, like he's one of those bridges in Venice. I mean, like one of those boats in Venice.
Okay. I'm gonna roll you.
Oh, Sola Mia. Look out! Drift around corners, all that good stuff.
Oof! 14.
What?
Alright. So, Zai gets on the floating disc, with, Tobias, and it is at this time the disc dissipates as he gets on, and both of you guys fall to the ground.
Wouldn't that be an intelligence check on my part?
What do you mean?
Like to sustain the spell or a concentration check or something?
Tobias.
I didn't realize this.
Tobias would know that it is coming to the end of the first hour that he casts the spell.
Alright. I'll cast it again.
Alright. As a ritual, it takes you 10 minutes to do so.
Oh, sorry, one moment.
Yeah.
I lost track of time.
And Zai's D100 check comes in now, and his spell fades as you're talking to him. You very clearly notice that is not an old man you're talking to.
Excuse me, it took me one. Ah! Imposter! Villain! Swing my staff at him, but I can't because I have 5 strength.
Yeah. Zai's percentage check came up much better, and he got 4 minutes on his. Tobias's came up at 0 and had no minutes left on his. As far as just time passing. But yeah, both of your guys' 1 hour spells wear off.
Hi?
Oh, I'm the one creeping around the orphanage.
I'm going to allow Tobias a free intelligence check with advantage.
Where's my sheet? Come here, sheet. Oh god. Oh, here we go. Alright. Alright. Intelligence.
I believe in you. I don't see anything on the thing if you clicked it.
I unchecked it, excuse me. Oh, beautiful.
At a 14, this looks nothing like the person that Akthal drew. However, it does look pretty similar to the person Eve drew.
Hold on a moment. Something's familiar about you. What's your name?
I.
You. Oh, Zai. I'm sorry, I only caught the I part. Zai. have I ever heard that Arabella ever say that around?
Yeah, I was about to say, for the day he traveled here and the day he spent at the capital, that's the only name he's heard over and over and over again.
Zytos?
Yeah, that's me. Who's asking? Who are you?
Your sister is asking. I am not your sister, but she's asking.
Say, wait a minute, what?
He pulls off his mask. Aha!
His spell fades too! Zai takes off his mask. Actually, I'm a horse. Arabella takes off her mask like, I'm a horse too!
He at its finest. Aha!
Aha! Bitch. Oh, yeah. Yes. Your sister has been looking for you.
I'm gonna kind of look you up and down and say, how do you know my sister?
History tutor. I'm a history tutor.
Her history tutor.
Yes.
It's kind of the truth.
I'm gonna kind of look away.
Very good at history.
I don't ever recall her being very history.
Well, that's why she needs a tutor.
Your point, old man.
Yes, well, you're a member of the family, so I should tell you, your relative, Sona, I did a bit of consulting work with on your family's behalf, and we came to a solution that I feel will at least keep her from going feral.
So she's alive?
She's alive and safe.
Oh. I guess Father will be happy to hear about that. After all, I think he always liked her more than me.
Nobility. Well...
Nobles, am I right?
Well, that was... They pay me, so if it's essentially that's really... Anyway. So... You're hiding from... them specifically, or just in general?
Not hiding from anyone in particular, I'm just... hiding.
Says the guy wearing a mask and heavy robes. So, well, pleasure to meet you. And he's going to extend a hand. Tobias Greymist.
So did you,
Your Grace.
Did you travel here with my family, or...
Say again?
Family then, didn't you?
Yes, well, I was going to the capital really anyway, so I decided to come along with them. And, well, they have their errands to run, I have mine.
To pick up the food that we dropped and say, well, obviously I have mine too.
Indeed. Well, they had a bunch of foolishness going on in the Temple of Discipline, air quotes, and I just thought I'd excuse myself. I don't have time for all that religious nonsense.
Yeah, they're an interesting bunch. Those guys.
By the way, as you guys are talking, 10 minutes has passed, and Tobias would finish drawing out the incantation for Tensor's floating disc. Or at least the ritual parts of it, and it cast!
Okay, well, let's try this again. And he'll kind of clamber up real slowly onto the invisible disc. So, are we still getting breakfast, or?
Yeah, might as well. I told the orphanage I would buy them breakfast, so.
Well, hello. Have you been training them to be little spies?
I had training to be little spies? No. I kind of have a soft spot for orphans, given my background and childhood.
Yes. Well, there were a number of orphans that joined your cousin? Was she? Your relative.
Yeah.
A number of Terrai children that are now also safe.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad they sorted that one out.
Yes. Well, it was the Eve that made that happen, actually.
Oh, Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, Eve.
You, right, kind of a rambunctious bunch, aren't they?
You could say that.
Rambunctious enough for... Let's see if there's a decent meter around here. It's not even noon yet.
You guys would be able to take the hour of the Tensor's floating disk to grab some food and deliver it.
Yeah, and we're going to bring the children some mead.
Alright. By this time, or rather, with the size of this disc, it's 3 feet in diameter. So, holding this and riding on it, you guys are riding like a Harley motorcycle. Like, arms wrapped around Tobias to fit. And I want you to know that this is happening on somebody's wheelchair, by the way. That's
so I can imagine,
hey, man, he offered me the ride.
Yeah.
I can imagine Tobias in this electric wheelchair. It's like, then he's like a full-grown man standing on the battery in the back.
Yeah, what I imagine is going on as you guys are headed to the nearby market. Like, everybody is in awe and talking about the guiding star that appeared last night, and then their conversation just kind of peters out as they turn and look at this weird duo, man on a mask on this floating disc with this other much younger man, just arms wrapped around them, just putting forward.
I'm just like, da 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 da. Da 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 mead.
Oh my god.
But yeah, otherwise it consumes most of your duration of the floating disc by the time you guys get back to the orphanage. Same price for the food. It is 12 gold to feed the whole orphanage for today.
I'll add in subtract 12 gold.
I'll add in some sweets or some treats or something like that, and get a bottle of nice mead for me, and I guess offer Zai wants to share some mead.
Oh yeah, Zai'll share some mead
at noon.
All right. So
I may not be an alcoholic, so.
I don't even. Go ahead.
At any point, do you guys try and meet up with the rest of the party? Otherwise, we're gonna jump to them.
Nah.
All right, so you guys just stay and eat and drink with the orphans.
Yeah, we've got fine meat and some breakfast, man. We're having a good old time.
Okay.
We're just hanging out with the orphans.
12 gold buys you a wealthy meal for 15 people. So
there are 5 of us.
I think, how many orphans did I say was there? There's Lizzie, Zai, and Tobias, and then all the orphans that are there. I think I said like 8. I don't remember.
Tobias doesn't eat much though.
Anyways, jumping back over to the rest of the party, did you come up with anything, Sam? Allison, you're with her too.
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the pets.
Okay, Allison, are you still there?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, yeah, I got your message on Facebook.
Yeah, started like getting real drowsy and stuff.
Okay.
I don't remember what I was doing, Brandon, to be honest.
You got the second name that Alakan uses in town. He has the pseudonym Alakan, and he also goes by the name Gavrin Dalian. You do not know how to find him. You know he has an adamantine oathblade. By the way, too, I did forget, are you still there, Allison?
Yeah.
Eve does have an active quest.
What does she have?
She made a deal with Lilfear.
Yeah, she's waiting on Lilfear to contact her.
Lilfear told you what to do already. She didn't say how to do it, but she told you what you had to do.
Oh, yeah. Was it the one about convincing Arabella?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
That said, you do know Lilfear's name is Lilfear Madison.
Okay. Madison.
I said that before, didn't I?
Probably.
Yeah, because
I'll have to go back and look at my notes. I don't have them open.
I remember the first session I introduced her. She had a pseudonym, or rather a pen name. Pseudonym. When did I say that? A pen name she goes by, and I accidentally gave her real name on the first session. Like very first one, I was like, well, whatever.
We know her for reals.
Yeah. Well, that was with Group 1. They were the first people to meet her.
Arabella did ask the lady whose name I can't remember anymore.
Tayet.
Yeah, if she could suggest where Arabella would go to start looking.
Yeah, and she told you she keeps her patrons private. She was willing to tell you, yes, he'd visited there, but not where to find him.
Arabella will look to Eve and just say, do you know where in the city we should begin? Eve?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were talking to me. What'd you say?
Arabella asked Eve if she knew anywhere in the city to begin their journey looking for this guy. Well, the next step.
Would Eve know anything?
Looking for Galvin Dalian.
Back to the place, right?
Wait, say it again.
There's a Galgan at the brothel, right?
There's a who?
Galgan.
Oh, there's a Galkan lady, but the guy's name is Gavrin. Not.
Oh, Gavrin.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you.
You can ask her if you want.
Just ask a random person.
The Galkan lady? I was saying you could ask her if you want. I'm gonna allow you an intelligence check for free.
Yay. I'm trying. Sorry.
I'm gonna point you in a direction. DC 10.
Hang on. Intelligence. What kind of intelligence check?
Flat intelligence, roll a d20, add your intelligence.
Or just click on... Oh, I forgot you're doing it manually.
No, I'm on D12 now.
Hey! 10! So Eve puts together... Wait, that guy said he visited here? Torque said he has resources. And that guy... Or the lady said he actually visited twice. Maybe he tried something here he likes. And she looks to the most beautiful women in the room.
Which is Arabella. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Arabella is, on a scale of 1 to 10, is at a 9. Or a 8.5. Yeah. The woman earlier, the Galkin woman, Eve saw, and I'm just using a different scale for attractiveness because this rolls it automatically for me. She was a 10.
Okay.
Like, hoeing is her job.
Kind of like Little Fear.
Yeah. Say it again?
I didn't hear you. What would you say?
Oh, I said hoeing is her job.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go up to her and ask her.
Alright, the first thing she does, when, she's in the room, sitting on the lap of somebody, gambling with dice, as you approach her, she, lets out a big sigh and says, I don't service your kind. Looking you up and down.
Arabella's right behind her.
Yeah.
Eva's just gonna kind of like shake her head and be like, I'm not looking for that kind of service right now.
She smiles and says, good, I doubt you can please me. She grabs the collar of the man's, shirt that she's sitting on and says, I need something firm.
Eve will kind of smirk and say, it has its uses. And then she'll say, I was actually hoping you could help me more in the way of some information.
She looks up at you and says, everybody comes wanting to know something.
Because who better to tell than me? And she'll gesture towards her.
She's gonna look confused for a minute and say, I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but I'll take it as, both.
Compliment, I promise.
And, oh, this woman, by the way, has red hair. Anyways, she says, and what is it that you want to know?
She'll ask her about the guy that they're looking for.
Gavrin?
Yes.
She says, I've seen him before. I've seen him before.
Oh really? Do you happen to know about where we could find him?
She says, I believe in luck. He found me and comes back quite often.
Do you have another appointment set up with him?
She stands up from the guy she's sitting with and says, are you trying to steal him from me? It is my client.
No. Nothing of the sort. I would never try to take away any honest working woman's business. I just am trying to find him for other reasons.
She shakes her head and says it's bad nature to give away someone's personal life, people come here to forget about that.
What would make it worth it for you?
You could try and persuade her with some gold. Always makes the lips a little looser.
Arabella is standing right behind her. We'll take out 10 gold. She'll take out a platinum.
A platinum piece?
Before that, I wanted to roll persuasion.
Okay,
you can do
go
that.
ahead.
Arabella's just holding the gold.
Go ahead and roll it with the advantage. Alright, that 24. She's gonna, snag the platinum piece from Arabella. And, say... Oof, I gotta see where I put him. She's going to, snag the, platinum piece and say, he works for a member of the, a member of his family is on the military council. He works in, Maiden's Watch, shipping supplies, for the military in and out of, the storehouses there.
Eve will nod and say, you know, thank you. It's always a pleasure doing business.
She tucks the coin into her dress and says, "Yes, business." And then sits back at the gambling table with her patrons. You guys have a section of town.
Do we know how to get to that section of town? Can I investigate? Do I need to investigate on how to get there?
No, Maiden's Watch isn't hard to find. Okay. Oh, I don't think I ever moved you guys back to the map. I think I left you on the butts thing.
The butts thing?
Yeah, there we go. We'll move you guys there.
Right. I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. We might be ending off soon, if that's cool with everybody. Yeah. I will draw out an official map so everybody will have it of Ardor. But basically, I'm going to draw at the bottom of this screen. You know how to get to Maiden's Watch. It is on the south side of the Palace District. So Maiden's Watch is between, it is directly next to Somia's Bridge. And it is, south of the Palace District that you're in now.
Okay.
It is within 40 minutes of the orphanage.
How late is it?
It's still the morning time when all this is happening. I'm assuming this happens, or actually, yeah, this is happening late morning, because you guys walked over to the Chantry first.
Okay. Yeah, Eve's gonna look to Arabella and say, "Shall we go?"
Sounds like a plan to me. Arabella will gesture for Torque to follow them.
Yeah, I was going to say, Torque would still say something rude under his breath, mostly saying something along the lines of, "I could have found that out if I wanted to." Probably with a few swear words in there.
Eve will snap back at him. Be like, "But you didn't want to, though, did you?"
Torque continues to grumble. But you guys want to end there, or you want to start investigating Maiden's Watch and in there?
No, let's end there, and we can pick up an investigation next week. 2 weeks from now.
So both Gavrin and what's his face, Draylin, were placed in the city. You guys came very close to accidentally finding Draylin tonight, which would have been really weird because, you know, nobody knew they were supposed to be looking for him. But otherwise, hey, half the party is together, and half the party is together.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Akthau is currently, if you guys want to remind me next week, Akthau is currently watching the orphanage, so he's just been watching Zion and Tobias putt around.
And so he would have seen Zai, right? Because Zai's thing probably he was watching it.
He lurking. That being said, Zai, good job tonight, escaping a really weird plot point that would have happened had you gotten captured. I don't even know how that RP would have turned out.
Probably, Zai would have been a total shithead to whoever captured him. Probably gotten himself killed.
Yeah, you'd be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, so tonight I think just generally good session. You guys are moving forward with the Heart of Embers. Oh, and the Guiding Star happened. So if anybody can find out what happened last night, too, that's something to keep in mind for the future. I'm going to say blanket 800 for everybody.
Nice. Let's see.
You said 800? Oh, Bridget, we never fixed my issue from earlier. I don't know how much experience I have, because it was deleted out of Roll20.
Let's see. Zai is what, level 4?
I was fairly close to being level 5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, should be able to calculate it. Let's see. Player's Handbook. So, beyond first level, page 15.
Well, give out all the experience first, and then we'll figure that out afterwards.
I think that's it, unless you guys think any other moments merit it.
Hey, I think I did a good job going back to that brothel.
Yeah, you guys did find out extra information on Alakan. Taek is probably one of the few people would know. Oh, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this. She wears a ruby emblem, a ruby pendant around her neck.
For the Merchants of the Ruby.
Yes. You guys, did not get the name of that prostitute, but that was the one who slept with Grax. For anybody, keeping track. It was the one Dirge paid to sleep with Grax. But yeah, so 900 for everybody. And I'm gonna give an additional 100 EXP. No, I'm gonna give an additional 50 EXP to everybody involved in that combat. Just because generally really good accidental RP between Arabella, Torque, and everybody there, and because that's kind of how members of the Order of Discipline interact with each other.
What's level 5 XP wise? Anybody know off the top of their heads?
Level 5 is 6,500.
Oh, 6,500.
Yes. So. Oh, go ahead.
I'm about 400, 350 EXP away.
Okay.
Surely Brandon can find 400 or 300 EXP.
In this session? Real slow session, man. Had you guys completed a quest objective, I would have given it to you.
Hey, I didn't have a quest when I started, and now we have a quest and places to go.
Yeah, you do. Arabella actually has 3 people looking for her. So,
does she know that?
No, she does not. But
she's not really hiding though. She's kind of just out in the open. She's not really hard to find.
When you give your name to Nerinius, you are never hiding in this city. It is one thing you can be assured of. But Ben, so level 4 is 2,700.
So I know on my I had it written. You said how much? 2,700.
Yes, I know you got 1,500 for You got 1,500 for what's that thing for the time skip we did. I know you got 800 or 900 for tonight. I don't remember. Oh, I know I gave everybody 500 for completing. I think I gave everybody 1,000 for completing Sona's quest line.
But he wasn't there. Does he get that?
I'll give Zai 500. He contributed to parts of Sona's quest line, so completing it overall, he does get 500 for that.
Also, hey, I'm gonna go on to bed. I'll see y'all.
Okay, you enjoy your night.
Thank you.
I feel like I know I wasn't like super close to hitting level 5, but I was like decently on my way there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people were lingering at about 5,000.
Somewhere around there, like 4,900 and something, I think. Like around that area.
Let me see real quick. With what I just said, how much does that put you at?
The 15 and then the 5 and the 900. It's 2,000 plus what is level 4? 2,700 you said?
Yeah. I got that at 5,600.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, and did Zai have inspiration?
Yeah, I do have inspiration.
Okay, and I give bonus experience for inspiration, so you should be at like an odd number of like of 50 more from wherever you're at.
I have inspiration.
Yeah, it should be reflected in your XP. Normally when I give out inspiration, I give you 50 additional experience for good role playing. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna give Arabella 50, or give Arabella inspiration for tonight too.
Brandon, do you know that you just made my whole day better?
As rough as it was for the rest of the party, I like the Arabella Torque standoff. And that was not intentional. I just felt like Tim would have been a douchebag to you.
And Arabella, that's one of her personality traits. Super explosive temper. She hasn't really had a lot of chance to show it yet, but...
By the way, Arabella is, like, and this was... I'm gonna end the broadcast. Oh, your guys' next date, let me put that on the calendar, is going to be the 10th of July. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Group 2. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be out of town that day. I'm going to celebrate my dad's birthday party. I can carve out some time for the session.
No, bro, spend time with your dad.
No, dude, you got to.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you guys want to reschedule?
Yeah.
You need to spend time with your dad.
Okay.
For real. It's like family comes first.
Say it again.
You're gonna be with your dad on the 10th?
I'm gonna be with my dad on the 7th, 8th, 9th, and I will be leaving. I will be leaving Monday night.
So, I mean,
we can reschedule to Tuesday night if everybody can make it.
I have another D&D campaign on Tuesday night.
Leave them.
Huh.
Leave
Why
them.
don't we just? I mean, we could just take that week off. I mean, it's.
Could we push it to the following Monday? No, because you have group whatever. Group one.
The. Oh wait.
Wait. The 11th. I can do the 11th because that's our off.
Okay.
I was looking at the 5th, the 4th. Because we are actually playing D&D on the 4th.
We'll look at the 11th. I'm also free Saturday the 1st.
I've got. I mean, I've got
this Saturday, Brandon.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I know.
No.
I'm running something that.
All right.
Thanks, Ben.
So we'll look towards the 11th. I'm gonna end the broadcast there, just so I